Here we are. Introducing first. Katty. This match, one of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room. And we're underway in round one. Straight right just misses. Trying to land that jab. Hold her right there. Oh no, Katty Taylor hurt. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now we've got to wake up. We've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice counter shot by her. Which fighter will say no mas? She wasn't ready for that counter. Halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. It's more than happy.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Good counter punching. Counter shot lands. Good defense there to stop. Hold her right there. The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. This fight is not going to let her back into the fight. And there's the bell to start round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut will probably come in handy.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. She scores with that counter. The right hook just missed. Beautiful counter punch. The perfect counter lands. Nice work to block that left uppercut. No rest for the weary. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. On to the third. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's a counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. missing with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Quick punch scores. We're about to see Katty Taylor knocked out. Disaster averted.
Ring Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Those counter punches have to hurt. Perfect counter shot. Nope, that jab not going to score. He catches it. This round's still up for grabs. Hold that thought. The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. Things certainly are. There's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot.
I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
She got clipped by that counter. Counter shot by her. Pretty good start the first half of this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter. That jab won't score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The right hook misses. Punch, counter punch. It's been all one-way traffic. Hold that thought! Oh no, Katty Taylor hurt. They get 1 minute. Time for the 5th round. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Swing and a miss with the left hook. That jab was blocked. How about that time counter shot? careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Jab slightly off target. Straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to go. There's the bell for round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Are we about to see Katty Taylor knocked out? Katty Taylor took a big shot and has to go down. Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
A shot from the gods took her out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Oh, she knows now. She can smell blood. She's just not got to get trigger happy. Be smart with the shot. Be sneaky. Pretend you're going to go for somewhere else in the body, and then boom, let the shot in again. Be smart.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well done with that counter shot. Final 10 seconds here, and it's been a good round for her for sure. Well, she gets a minute break here, but I'm sure she... Here comes round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Just misses with that jab. She catches and counters. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. Really...
That punch dropped her hard. I have got to see that again.
I need to see... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with the hook. We enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. A lot of work needs. Round 8, and we're off again. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How did you come back from something like that? Not as twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You'd like to see more jabs. Punch, counter punch. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Watch the left uppercut. Holding nothing back here in the round. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know the scorecards are going to be all... As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
That... 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. You still want to fight.
No surprises, we get a unanimous decision there.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
Yeah, are you daft? All the belts, mighty. The ring does swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, does swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, does swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Uppercut, fling, right up, fling. Contrary ting, send man over the ropes. Man try come for the belt, but I punch you never saw ended all of your hopes. Now all of your bros are stood on the sideline, head in the hand shot, joke of the show. They keep those hands up, swing for their fences. Oh, you're going on poorly for sure. How much do you wanna be the champ? How much do you wanna please the fans? How much do you wanna be the king? And how much do you wanna feed your camp? How much do you wanna see people champ? Swing like you got a thing to lose. It's the ESBC, beat them neatly. Titles never ever in dispute. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring men right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring men right, somebody shots fling. I came from the 7 Hills, city of steel, home of the Bellish and brilliant meals. Can't take man for a pudding, take man to Ingles. Brother have a kid on his heels. In the ring it's gritty and real. Brave art man put a kid on his shield. At daft man put a kid on his. Been bad from when I was swinging up field. Left up, give a brother whiplash. Not gonna work with a sit back. Man wanna show ball over the top, send him over the ropes like Prince Snap. Send a man through ropes like Hopkins. Go mad like Mike when he lost it. I'm trying to be the best just like money. Most guys don't know about boxing. Ding ding, step in the ring, and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no about ping. We bring man right, somebody shot sling. Ding ding, step in the ring, and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no about ping. We bring man right, somebody shot sling.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I...
Saul Canelo Alvarez. Terrence.
This bout is skipped.
These two have certainly talked. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. They can't get out of the way, that's straight. The straight right just misses. After so much pre-hype fight and social media drama, I can't believe we're actually in the midst of them fighting.
It's so hot, it's so heated. There's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on earth.
He just misses with that jab. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? Do you believe what we're seeing? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He threw a punch and just got countered. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Catch and shoot. That counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nice counter. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Nope, that jab not going to score. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. When are we going to see a jab from these two? perfect counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. They exchange punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. In that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Card, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Done with that counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. Both want a knockout, you can tell. Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Now they're trying to get into their opponent's head. Good counter punching. Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. So much for boxing. This is a fight. What the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. There's the bell for round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Power, that power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
These two were made for each other. We wanted action, and they are deliberate. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Beautiful counter shot. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere. This a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. How about Alvarez in that last round? Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Just missed with that jab. Seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Both men step back for just a moment. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of defense here at all. Jab misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. All right, Alvarez in that last round. Well, there was on to the 6th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favourite and pickpocket him.
The perfect counter lands. Punch, counter punch. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. And he scores with the counter. That counter shot lands. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
The right hook just missed. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. All right, Alvarez. And there's the bell for round 7. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Beautiful counter punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. There's a counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Crawford is dazed.
defense. Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez. Round 8, and we're off again. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Straight right, just misses. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just missed with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Caution being thrown to the wind. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your throw.
Some might have thought it was a little...